it's a week-to-week league. It really is a moment-to-moment league. And Zach has an opportunity on Thursday night, Charlie, to light it up against a team that is hot and a quarterback that is hot. And to me, if I had a choice right now, do I want Mike White back or do I want Quinnen Williams back? I would choose Quinnen Williams because that's the guy who can anchor that. Like, boy, did they miss him. Jared Goff needed somebody in his lap named Quinnen Williams in the same way that Aaron Rodgers had Quinnen Williams in his lap, like Rodgers was a Santa Claus, a mall Santa Claus, and Goff didn't have that. And so I need to see Quinnen Williams active Thursday night. Get this done. Let's get a run game for Zach, and then we'll figure out if Mike White is the guy. By the way, going against Geno in Week 17. You want to talk about, irony or football gods winking at you. So, I understand what you're saying. You want to see Zach develop, but Zach needed to sit clearly for a multitude of reasons. The circumstances required Zach to get back out there, and his stat lines were eye-popping, but his results were wanting and lacking. I want to see Quinnen Williams out there, and that's who the Jets need. I think if I had to choose someone who will help them win on Thursday night, it's Quinnen Williams over Mike White, in my estimation, right now. My 2 cents.
You're right, and I apologize for missing the show yesterday.
No, it's okay, Charlie.
I apologize.
Like I said, there's the video on demand service on the Roku channel, and again, you got your whole life ahead of you. Don't worry about
Charlie's 22. You got a lot of issues.
There you go. Thanks, Charlie. Appreciate the call.
But if Zach Wilson wasn't suited for this offense, then why'd they draft him? Just one last question.
Oh, okay, sure.
Because he made that great throw in the pro day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I don't know, man. Thanks for the call, Charlie. I appreciate it.
Charlie.
Charlie.
Good luck, man.
Sorry, I didn't hear his last thing because Mike Hoskins was telling me that the meeting that Cousins was in was broken, but the leadership council has stayed behind, and Kirk is one of the leaders, so he'll be out soon.
Charlie asked if it's true that he was not a fit for the offense, why was he drafted second then?
I mean, if Santiago, why wasn't Santiago packed? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
No, but I asked that of Daniel Jeremiah yesterday. Why draft him? If you're going to bring in an offense that he is not suited for, and he's like, well, until you bring someone in the building, you don't know. I'm like, oh, my gosh. Are the Jets running an offense that's not suited for Zach Wilson? Like, are we really doing that? Like, what's the answers here? Here was Robert Saleh on the quarterback situation on this very day, 2 days before the Jets kick off a Week 16 against a red-hot Jaguars squad.
Zach he knows to prepare like he's the number one. Anything that else happens, we were going into this week. And I know I said what I said yesterday, but he was with the mindset of being the starter, got all the reps yesterday. Mike will be limited in practice, obviously, because he can still practice. He just can't. He doesn't have contact. But so for Zach, it's always helpful to get all the reps, and he's had that since yesterday. So,
I mean, it makes sense. What else is the man going to do? It makes sense. But here they are. It's it's going to be on national TV, the Jets' only national TV game of the year, and the fans are going to be cold and irritable. I mean, Mike White misses layups too, but there's a difference clearly in the body language with the receivers with Zach than with Mike White. I mean, Garrett Wilson doesn't get a ball and he'll just run back to the huddle. With Zach Wilson, he doesn't get a ball and you read his body language and they're heading for divorce court.
Yeah.
And so.
Do you think there's anything to what Charlie said about Mike can't become Zach, but Zach can become Mike?
I don't know. That's the whole thing why I want to see Mike White. If you're going to run this offense, this is the offense you want to run, and you're the coach, you're the head coach, I want to play defense, I want to run that offense. I want to bring basically San Francisco here best I can. You can't blame Saleh for doing that. Well, then if Zach's not the right guy, then let's see what Mike White's going to be if you're not going to switch your system or attune it to Zach, and again, I'm just taking Daniel Jeremiah's cue from this. All right, as you know, I'm not an X's and O all 22 guy, but I see what I see, and I can sense what I sense, and then there's the storyline. And storylines matter, certainly since fans show up and vote with their feet and will let them know. I mean, if Zach starts missing some layups and Trevor Lawrence hits Zay Jones for a score and Trevor Lawrence runs for a first down and Trevor Lawrence, with his flowing hair, starts finding, Kirk, and former Giant Evan Ingram hits the end zone in MetLife in a way that New York fans wish they'd seen more of. And Jacksonville's up, and Zach's taking sacks, and Zach's not making the throws. They're going to hear it.
Yeah.
And part of the reason why is, what is the anniversary today, Chris, that you wanted to bring up? Go ahead, bring up that anniversary.
Man.
What happened 2 years ago today, Chris?
2 years
and
ago
this is
today,
definitely part of Thursday Night Football.
Right
Go for
up
it. Hit
the
it.
road in beautiful SoFi Stadium 2 years ago today, December 20th, 2020, Rich. The Jets inexplicably winless at the time.
Yep.
Beat the Los Angeles Rams 23-20 to improve to 1-13.
There you go. 2 years ago today is when they officially lost Trevor Lawrence. Am I stuttering?
That is a
and last year,
fact.
last year we could handle it. Last year we could handle it because we had our new coach in Robert Saleh, who was clearly showing he was different than Adam Gase and previous administrations. Yeah, absolutely. Last year was fine because Trevor Lawrence also wasn't doing jack on top of squat thanks to Urban Meyer being the worst coach the NFL has maybe ever seen. Just let me say this.
Is it about Urban Meyer?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Because I do keep beating this drum here. I do keep beating this drum. And last year was easier for Jets fans to take because it was so terrible with Trevor Lawrence. So terrible with him. So, thanks for reminding me of that anniversary. And that's part of Thursday Night Football. It is absolutely part of Thursday Night Football.
No question.
And so fans will see that we could have had this guy. Instead, we didn't do the right thing.
Absolutely.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.